Pokemon Day is less than a week away, and it's Pokemon's 30th anniversary, so we all know we're getting a Pokemon Presents that will reveal Gen 10 at the end. And so in today's video, I want to give my hopes and predictions for this Presents. As for my predictions, obviously we're going to get info on a bunch of mobile games. Pokemon Go, Masters, Cafe Mix, Sleep, Unite, TCG Pocket, all that stuff. We could also see stuff on the actual TCG. I'm not familiar with any of this stuff, except for Pokemon Go, so I will make a prediction for that game in particular. There's definitely going to be a 30th anniversary event, and I think this could feature either Mega Mewtwo's X and Y, or maybe the return of Armored Mewtwo, if that's even a thing that can return, not just like a one-off thing. Anyway, there's also the 10th anniversary later on this year, so if either of these don't happen here, they could be saving it for that 10th anniversary. Though, if I'm wrong about the Mewtwo stuff, then another thing that could happen is they debut Paradox Pokemon in the game, which would most likely start with Great Tusk and Iron Treads. Also, since this is a big anniversary, I think it's likely that we'll see at least a few collaborations with other brands. We've already seen a few, like the Pokemon Legos, but I think they're saving some reveals for this Presents. There's also probably going to be some special commemorative video, not revealing anything, just celebrating the anniversary. We've seen stuff like that before. And as for Switch Online stuff, we already know that Coliseum and XD are coming to GameCube Classics at some point, and I think this Presents is the perfect time to give us some info on those. My prediction is that Coliseum will release that same day, and that we'll get a release date for XD, which could be in March or April. We might also find out whether or not these have home support. I'm hoping they do, but it's not the end of the world if they don't, because I'll play them regardless. And speaking of Pokemon Home, I think we'll finally get home compatibility for Legends ZA, or at least a release date for it. They might also tell us what our shiny mystery gift will be for completing ZA's Pokedex in Home. My bet's on either Hoopa, Volcanion, or Eternal Flower Floette. Also on the subject of ZA, there's a secret new Mega that's currently unobtainable in the game. I won't spoil what it is in case you don't know, and I think it's extremely likely that we'll get a mystery gift event for it revealed and released during this Presents, especially since every other Mega is available now. There might also be some sort of raid and or outbreak event in Scarlet and Violet to celebrate the 30th anniversary, since those games are still getting raid events. We also don't have a release date for Pokemon Champions, so I think we'll finally get that here. We could also get some more info on Pokopia. I have no predictions for either of those games because I could not care less. Also, obviously we're getting Gen 10, and I think the trailer will show us some gameplay, the starters, and a release window for Holiday 2026, but we all know that will actually just mean November 19th. Now, for what I hope to see in this Presents, most of these are not at all likely. I just wanted to make this wish list just because. First, Pokemon Coliseum and XD. Coliseum had some e-reader exclusive Shadow Pokemon, and I hope that these are included in this release. Some may doubt that this will happen, but it's more likely than you think. In fact, it might be the most likely thing to happen out of this entire list. I say this because the Switch Online version of Super Mario Advance 4 actually does include the levels that were previously exclusive to the e-reader. As for both games, obviously I hope that they have home compatibility, and I also hope they have their own Pokedexes within Pokemon Home that would give you a shiny for completing them. For Coliseum we could get Celebi, and for XD we could get Jirachi or Deoxys. Or, something that has literally a 0% chance of happening, would be a Shadow Lugia that could be transferred to Champions or Gen 10. Next, my hopes for ZA. Something that I know won't happen, but will be really cool anyway, is an update for the DLC. This hypothetical update would give us a few returning Pokemon and new Megas. The returning Pokemon evolution lines I want the most are Rattata, Koffing, Magnemite, Shelder, Rhyhorn, Snorlax, Lapras, Murkrow, Swinub, Torkoal, Trapinch, Spinda, Sigilyph, Mienfoo, Pawniard, Wattrel, Dino, Jangmo-O, Dreepy, Cyndaquil, Snivy, Oshawott, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Cresselia, and Mew. And the new Megas I want the most are Typhlosion, Serperior, Samurott, Magnezone, Rhyperior, Kilowattrel, and of course Flygon. If this happened, which it won't, the total number of Pokemon in the game will be 420, and the total number of Mega Evolutions will be 100. I would also want this update to finally increase the box size for the game. 32 is not enough. Anyway, and as for the types these Megas would have, Magnezone, Rhyperior, and Kilowattrel would keep their existing types, making Magnezone and Kilowattrel the second and third Electric-type Megas to not be pure Electric. And Typhlosion will become Fire Ground, Serperior will become Grass Poison. It could also be Dragon, but I think Sceptile should be the only one. And then Samurott would be Water Fighting, and Flygon would become Bug Dragon. Basic, I know, but it's what I want. Also, there's one thing I want from Scarlet and Violet. Another shiny event. Whether it's a mystery gift like usual, or a raid event like a Treasure's Ruin, I can't talk today, I just want any currently locked shiny to be released. Whether it's the Paradox Legendaries, the Level 3, Terapagos, or Petron, I don't really care. As for champions, I hope we get some kind of single player content. Maybe even a story mode like Coliseum and XD. See, I told you these weren't likely. As for other things that I want, more console spin-offs. Don't let Pokopia be an exception. Let it be the beginning of a new era of console spin-offs. Well, minus the keycards. No other Pokemon game should be on a keycard. If indie devs can make real Switch 2 cartridges, then Nintendo has no excuse. Anyway, I think it's pretty obvious what spin-offs I'd like to see. Pokepark, Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, Conquest. Heck, maybe another brand new spin-off. I mean, the only one of those I'd actually play is Pokepark, but I'd still like to see the other ones, even if I wouldn't play them. And this is the part where I was going to talk about the rumors of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green coming to the Switch, going into detail about what I wanted, whether they were ports, remakes, or maybe even remasters, but right as I finished typing out that part of the script, the rumors were confirmed true because they showed up on the eShop, and it's looking like they are indeed ports, so, not much I can say now. I'll just say that I hope we get the Naval Rock and Birth Island events included like how Celebi was in the Crystal Virtual Console version on 3DS. Also, I hope we get home support with a shiny Mew as the reward for completing its Pokemon Home Pokedex. Heck, maybe they planned this far ahead, and that's why the Let's Go Dex reward was Meltan instead of Mew. Who knows? Anyway, that's about it for my hopes and predictions. I'm usually never all that impressed by any Pokemon Presents, so I'm gonna keep my expectations low, but I'll watch it regardless. Maybe I'll even react to it here on YouTube. Let me know if you want to see that. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you all next time.